Hi, my name is LaShonda Shonnie Curry. I'm running for Alderman of the 7th Ward, and I'd like to introduce myself to you. I am an educator, community organizer, founder of the Crandon Avenue Block Club Association, mother of 3, and a concerned citizen of the 7th Ward, which is why I'm running for Alderman, because I'd like to bring democracy back to everyday people. As I listen to stories from residents of this ward talk about how their alleys are unkept, or street lights have been out for 3 months, or the foreclosed properties in their community or on their blocks, it makes me ask the question, what type of leadership do we need here in the 7th Ward? We need leadership that is responsible, responsive, and accountable. And that's the kind of leadership I want to bring to the 7th Ward. I'd also like to give people, everyday people, a say in how government policies are determined, and also a say in how our tax dollars are spent. That's why as Alderman, I'll implement a participatory budgeting process. My platform is really centered around 4 major issues: education, jobs, crime, and foreclosure. I'm an educator with Chicago Public Schools, and I have been so for the last 10 years, so I know all too well what our students need and what our schools need. That's why I'm supporting an elected school board. And as Alderman, I'll continue to fight for an elected school board so that our everyday citizens have a voice in how our school system is governed as opposed to being appointed. So we need someone that we can hold accountable for our schools and for how our students learn. I'm also fighting as Alderman to reduce crime in my ward. That means I'm working with community and CAPS program and the Chicago PD to make sure that we build a relationship of trust. Currently, there's a major issue of mistrust, but the way you bridge that gap is by making sure that we enhance and support the CAPS program that's already in place, and also making sure that police officers are free to go to block club meetings and just engage the community. When I moved into the ward 17 years ago, I realized that I had a major problem on my hand on my own block with drugs and with gangs. I organized my neighbors, formed the Crandon Avenue Block Club Association, and we cleaned up our neighborhood by making sure that we were vigilant and working hard and working in collaboration with the CAPS program. I want to do the same thing I did on my block on a much larger scale for the entire 7th Ward. Another major issue in our ward is foreclosures. There are parts of this ward that literally I feel like I'm traveling through a third world country. And so I want to make sure that we hold banks and lenders accountable for maintaining those properties and putting them back on the market within 6 months. And lastly, job creation. I talk to residents all the time, and they're always saying the same thing. We need economic development in this ward. We need job creation in this ward. And so as Alderman, I'm going to be fighting for economic development. That's why I'm in support of the Community Benefits Agreement. That's why I marched with the Alliance for Southeast Association, because I believe that the East Lake Development Project will bring economic development to the ward, but we got to make sure that those jobs that are created go to people who live in this ward. And lastly, I just want to simply bring democracy back to everyday people so that they have a voice in government. I believe that it's important that people feel like they are not muted and that they are not disenfranchised from government. So I want to support my residents and my constituents. And so if you want to support me in my fight for the 7th Ward, and if you want to see real change in the 7th, punch 53.